This is LightCast Entertainment. We bring you details of news in politics, entertainment, everything buzzing in the Nigerian entertainment industry, and many more. Do wait to subscribe to get updates with happenings in Nigerian entertainment scene as well as politics. Many thanks. Humanitarian and activist Harrison Gwamnishu has spoken publicly about an ongoing dispute involving a man identified as Franklin, following weeks of online allegations and commentaries. In a video shared on his Instagram page, Gwamnishu explained that his silence was deliberate, stressing that he chose not to speak while a kidnapping victim connected to the matter was still being held in the bush. He also addressed claims that he diverted 5.4 million naira in ransom, saying he waited to see if any evidence would be presented before responding. In the lengthy video, Gwamnishu explained to viewers through events dating back to 2022 after Nigerian online personality and ratel king Martins Vincent Otse, better known as Very Dark Man or VDM, resurfaced old cases linked to him. According to Gwamnishu, Franklin approached him for help with a land recovery case, which he had initially supported by connecting him with other legal aid and later referring him to another associate. When that associate became unavailable, he maintained that he did not collect any money from the 4.4 million naira involved in the case and claimed he personally paid legal fees to assist Franklin, adding that dispute later arose over police deduction, refunds and delay in court proceedings. Gwamnishu further disclosed that after being dragged online over debt and business setback following the destruction of his farmland, he eventually agreed to personally take responsibility by refunding Franklin. To end the controversy, he said he began paying 500,000 naira monthly from November, completing 1 million naira before the matter resurfaced again in December. Amid renewed social media accusations, emphasizing that he's not without flaws, Gwamnishu called for fairness, urging the public to watch the video to full context as he promised to share more updates on the issue.
My name is Harrison Gwamnishu. I want to thank every one of you for reaching out to me, those of you commenting on my page, dropping messages, calling me and everything. God bless you so much. One thing I have not done all this while is to block my comment section or stop you from commenting on what I post. All right, I allow everyone to drop the negative and the positive comment they have. All right, because when something happens, people bring in different kinds of accusation, some bring in commendation and a whole lot. So I want to first of all apologize to everybody who have supported me in the past. All right, my silence was not intentional. All right, I won't say I intentionally kept quiet and not to address everybody. All right, but I said I won't speak about the case that happened in Owerri, the case of the kidnapping, the man I went for in Owerri, and then the wife was released, the man was not released. I won't talk about it to anyone, not on the media, not anywhere, until the man is released. That's when I will speak, and I believe that has been my stand. All right. But recently, I've seen Very Dark Man came to social media to post about 2 or 3 cases, things that happened in the past, like 2022 below, that happened in the past. All right, trying to bring it up to because of what happened, this kidnapping case that happened. So fine, this one happened in 2022. Franklin, all right, he messaged me and said I should assist him for a land recovery in Owerri. All right, and cases I do for free for people are cases of indigent persons, people who cannot afford it. If you can afford, if you have the means to afford it, and you come to me for help, you have to pay for it. I've been doing that for people, and I've been achieving results. All right. So when he contacted me, I assisted him to get a lawyer. A petition was written, and then the case was started. Everything was going on well. Then, because I was going for election, I told him that I'm not going to be chanced. So he said, fine. I referred somebody to him, one Mr. Tony. I referred to him. So him and Tony was doing the case on their own. He did not give me feedback of what happened. He did not tell me this happened. Until after election 2023, he reached out to me and said that the money that was recovered, part of the money that was recovered, that police and Tony, Mr. Tony, took 10% from the money, all right, and that he's not happy about it. I said, sometimes police, when they help you recover money, they collect 10%. It happen everywhere for Nigeria. Everybody watching this video can testify about that. But police help you to recover money. Maybe somebody is owing you anything. Sometimes they collect you money from you to give them something. All right. So he was angry that why will police collect money? I said, that's how you do it, you understand. But please, you and Tony should see how to resolve it. He said no, that he wants to refund the money. And I said, fine. Let me talk to Tony. So I spoke to Tony. Tony told me his own side of the story, that this is what happened, that the police collected the money and he transferred the remaining one to his account. That was what happened. He said, no, I should help him to get a lawyer. I said, okay, fine. I advised him. I said, the other way, how we can do it again is to file a civil suit at the High Court in Owerri, which he agreed. And I said, fine, since you want to make a case now, the money that you collected from Tony, possibly send it back to them. He accepted. So Tony brought account, the money was transferred back to Mr. Tony. I did not collect one kobo from that 4.4 million naira from this guy. That was what happened. I got a lawyer, I paid the lawyer. He did not pay 1 naira to the lawyer, I paid the lawyer for him. This was after my election. So the case was filed in Owerri, High Court in Owerri, and which he was present in the court, because then he was in Nigeria. He was in court with his brother. We went to Owerri, we filed the case. Then when the case was assigned to a judge, the bailiff, the lawyer called me and said, they have been calling Franklin to show the bailiff the address where they can serve, but he did not respond. That was what the lawyer told me. So later I reached out to him. He said, my brother, that he was tired of the case, that the case was taking time, that I cannot wait again, that I should refund back the 4.4 million naira that he refunded back. All right, that is not ready to for the case again. I said, okay, fine. What you now do is to go and withdraw the suit that you have at the High Court. That took a lot of time. He didn't do that, and there was argument over that. I said, go and do that, so that I can be able to talk to Tony and the people who are with your money to pay the money back to you. Then I reached out to Tony. Tony said that he heard that this same man, Mr. Franklin, settled with the man he had issue with, that he has to come and pay them for the services rendered. That was why the money was not refunded back to Mr. Franklin. So later, people were dragging me for